All right, hello. Today's class, we're going to keep working on arrays, and I'm going to do one reverse array problem with you. We're going to do that together, and then there'll be some coding bat challenges for you on Schoology, which I'll explain more later in the video. Okay, so to reverse an array, basically, I have this array, right, of Oakland, Litchi, Webb, Schultzenberg, Sievelton, and I want it to be in reverse. I want it to say Sievelton, Schultz, Webb, Litchi, Oakland. Okay, and if you want to pause the video here and try and think how on earth would you do this, we could make a new array. I think would probably be the easiest way instead of trying to modify this one. Make a new one and then reverse it from there. But see if you can think through what would the code look like or what would you have to do here. Okay, so the trick is basically if I make a new array, so this should be like array down here or something, right? And basically, I think I can loop forward through these indexes like I normally do. So I'll call this like, I don't know, maybe I'll call this J, or maybe I should have called it I, but whatever. I'll call that one J, and I'll loop forward like I normally do from 0 to less than the length. And then in my new array, again, I'd have to initialize it with 5 spots, same as the length of this one. With that new array, then when I place them, I'll have another index. So the loop will loop J 0 to 4, right? But then I'll make another index called I that starts at length minus 1 down here and then goes backwards 1 each time. So I'm going to have to manually subtract 1 from I each time, whereas the loop will increase J by 1. So I'm going to go forward through this loop and then place them. So basically, when J is 0, I'm going to put that at I4. Okay, and then before the loop runs again, I'm going to do minus minus I, so it goes here. So then when my J increases by 1, now that'll match up with this spot for I, right? And then we'll decrease I by 1. J will increase 1 by the loop. And so then Webb will come down here, right? And then again, I'll decrease I by 1. J will go up 1 in the loop. And then this will come down here. And then one more time, I will decrease down to position 0. And then for that J value, we'll send it down there to position 0. So we're going to have 2 indexes, one for the original array, we'll loop through those, and then we'll have a second one for our new array or whatever like that. So let's take a look at what the code would be. Okay, so I got my array with teachers in it, and I'm going to make a new string array called the result or whatever you want to call it. And then I'm going to set that equal to a new string array with 5 spots. So it's just going to be blank. And I think it initializes them to null because these are reference type. So just do that. Technically, probably even a better thing to do here would be teachers.length. Right, so that if we added, because we want it to be the same length as the teachers array. So if we added or subtracted teachers, then it would still work. So you could use 5 there or teachers.length. And so now, okay, so let's see, I've sufficiently confused myself. Sorry for this, but I got to go back and see which one's going which way. So I'm going to look here. I think the way I did this, I had J start at 4 and go in position. No, I had J start at 0. So I'm going through forward and I starts at the end. Okay, so if I go back to my code, let's see. So I need I to start at the end. So I'm going to have int I equals either array, maybe result dot length minus 1. So that's going to start at the last spot. And then J, my index J, can go normal. So that 0 will get put here first, right? And then 1 will get put here, and et cetera, et cetera. Okay, so J is going to go forward and I is going to go backward. So you could probably do the reverse of that, but I'm having I go that way, and I'm going to set my for loop. So int J is normal. J is less than teachers.length because we're looping through the positions in teachers plus J. So J is going to go forward and I is going to go backwards. So I'm going to have a minus minus I in my loop to make I go backwards. And then I'm just going to set my result, right? And so my index for result was I. So I'm going to set result position I to be the teachers array position J. Okay, and then put semicolon there. And that should do it, right? I think that should work well. And then probably just to test it, we should make sure we could display the array here quick. Maybe I'll do another one, another loop quick. Just loop through all the positions in result. And print them out. Okay, so I'm going to run this and see if we actually got it reversed. So it goes Siegelson, Schultz, Webb, Litchi, Oakland. I think that's right. Run it one more time just to make sure it looks right. Okay, so what you're going to do today is there's a folder of coding back questions, just numbers 1 through 7. And there's solution videos for each one, but try them first on your own. And if you get stuck, then you can watch the solution video to help you out. Also, a reminder to please log in. So when you click on the Coding Bat link, if you just make sure you log in, then I know that you're doing them. Yeah, and again, try them first, and then check your answers on the help video if you need help or if you get them wrong. If you get them all right, you don't really need to watch the help video at all. Quick note, I've done this every year in groups usually, but you can see some kind of records here. So again, this will look a little different for us on Schoology, so don't worry, don't look at this, but you'll find them out in today's folder or whatever. But you can see I did it in 6 minutes 30 seconds. That's the overall record. And then for students, this was my record in 2018. Here's my record in 2019. So if you want to time yourself, you could see, but realistically, don't worry about the time. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. Good luck with them. They'll give you good practice with arrays. Thanks for watching.